Hello guys and welcome back to yet another tier list video. If you're not sure who I am, I'm Josiah Smev Films. I post film and TV content on YouTube. I also post that stuff on Twitter, TikTok, Letterboxd if you know what that is. So make sure to go check those out in the description below. And before we kick off this tier list, make sure you like, subscribe because all the support means so much. So anyways, let's kick off this ranking. We are doing Game of Thrones and House of Dragon seasons tier list. Obviously, there's been 9 of them, so let's get right underway. I've watched these all within the last year, so they're recent in my mind. Starting with, well, we'll start with House of Dragon season 1 because that's the original in the timeline. I'm going to go B tier for now. Obviously, this could shift throughout the video. You guys have seen my tier list before. They do vary. House of Dragon Season 1 is a good show. It's good. I like all the dragon content. All the Targaryens are great. What I like about the original Game of Thrones is there's loads of honourable characters that you can back. But in this show, they're all a bit evil, to be honest. But I like this. I think the writing is decent. It's still not to the standards of seasons 1 to 4 Game of Thrones. That kind of spoils where I'm going to rank them. But still had a great time, and the last few episodes are fantastic. Next up, we've got Game of Thrones Season 1. I'm just going to go above House of Dragon Season 1. The production value of Season 1 of Game of Thrones isn't the best, you know. They couldn't risk all their budgets into a show they weren't sure how successful it would be, so they skip over lots of the big battles and stuff like that, which I think would have elevated the season, but it's still great writing. Again, like, you got Ned Stark in this show, which is fantastic, and obviously Baelor episode 9 kind of sets the tone for the whole series to come. Season 2, I adore Season 2. I love Season 2. I'm going to go A tier. We have our first big battle in Season 2 in Episode 9 with Battle of the Blackwater. It's just fantastic. You know, Tyrion in Season 2 is amazing. I don't think Jon Snow is that great in Season 2. I think he's a bit disappointing, but you've got Robb Stark in that season as well, who's great. He's kind of on his rise, so I love Season 2 so much, and this is where the show for me really started picking up, and I thought it got fantastic. Season 3, I'm also going to go A tier. For me, Seasons 2, 3 of Game of Thrones, pretty much on par. They are both amazing. Again, Season 3, Robb Stark is one of my favourite characters ever. I love him, so that's why, obviously, in Episode 9, when he dies in the Rays of Castamere, genuinely, one of the most shocking things I've seen in TV. I was emotional, I was sad, but it works so well. This is such a great season. I think Jon Snow starts to pick up in Season 3, which leads me on to Season 4, when Jon Snow is absolutely brilliant. Season 4, S tier. Season 4 is S tier, in my opinion. The best season of Game of Thrones, one of the best seasons of TV, probably the best I've ever seen. The climax of this season. Well, I mean, I say the climax. From episode 6 to 10, it is 10 out of 10 episodes. They are amazing, from Tyrion's speech, to Oberyn Martell in this season with Pedro Pascal. He is amazing. Episode 9 is just such a great battle. And episode 10, again, rounds off all really, really nicely. So Season 4 is going straight in S tier for me. I think Season 4 is probably the best season of TV I'll ever see. I know that's a wild statement, but I mean it. Season 5, I'm going C tier. I'm going C tier for Season 5. This is where the show kind of does drop off in quality. I haven't read the books, but I'm pretty sure this is when the books started slowing down. The show started taking over from the books, and you can really tell in the writing and the quality it does drop off. Still fun. Hard Home is a great episode. I think Jon Snow, again, 10 out of 10 this season. He becomes my favourite character within the show through Seasons 4 and 5, which I do like, and it's still a good season of television. But in terms of Game of Thrones seasons, it's going C tier. Season 6 is going around mid-B tier. For me, personally, I think it's just better than House of Dragon Season 1. I don't think it's as good as Season 1 of Game of Thrones. Just not as tightly written, but the last 2 episodes are, again, as I say, 10 out of 10. The rest of the season isn't that great, but obviously Episode 9, the big battle, yet again, beautifully shot, even though the plot armor is a bit it's just a bit dumb. It's a bit dumb for Jon Snow, but it's still an epic episode, and it's shot beautifully, as I said. Episode 10 for me is where it's at. The first 20-30 minutes with the chapel getting, like, the big chapel explosion, such a well done sequence. One of the best scenes of Game of Thrones, in my opinion. Season 7, you know what? This could be controversial. It's going C tier. It's going just above Season 5 because I actually quite enjoy Season 7. It is so stupid. It's so dumb. The whole teleporting characters kind of starts here. It's quite poorly written, but can't lie, there are some exceptional moments, and I feel within Season 7 lots of the favourite characters start crossing over together, which is so fun to watch on screen. But I just like the action in this one. I mean, I'm poor, turn my brain off, I was just entertained. It's not a great season of television, but I sure did have fun with it. I sure did have fun, and you can see the production value, and it's shot so beautifully. You can tell they put a lot more money into this. And finally, Season 8. D tier. It's a shame. I wish they redid this season. I wish they redid it. Why did Bran have to become king, for starters? The ending was just very, very, very poor. There's a few characters I felt they did justice within this season. For example, Jorah. I felt they did Jorah. They ended his story nicely. I think Theon Greyjoy was handled really, really well. Daenerys. What happened to Daenerys? I like the idea of her going crazy, but not them doing it over the space of one episode. I'm not a big fan of that. They should have dedicated a whole season to that, not one episode. That was poor. Jaime Lannister, they killed his character in one line with the "oh, I never cared for innocent people." That was terrible. Yet again, just terribly, terribly bad decision by the writers. Jon Snow, not the biggest fan. He should have been king. He should have killed the Night King, definitely. But so many just poor decisions that I wish they did differently. There's still a few decent moments within Season 8, I can't lie. But overall, just doesn't work too well. This is the tier list. I'm going to keep it this way. I'm happy with this. Obviously, we've got Season 4 at top. Season 2 and 3 kind of joint. With Season 1, Season 6 and House of Dragon mid-tier. All great seasons, and you got 7 and 5, which I find are fun but aren't that great, and then Season 8, which is Season 8. I hope you guys enjoyed this ranking. Let me know down below what you would disagree with, because I can guarantee with Game of Thrones there is stuff you'll disagree with. Make sure, again, as I said, to like, subscribe, and keep an eye out for me posting more in the future. Thanks for watching. See you.